So Wayne, we spoke earlier about the need for making better decisions in the face of uncertainty and complexity, right? Is there a framework, is there help for decision makers to make these better decisions?
There is. We have captured the learnings of two academic fields of decision analysis and of behavioral science, and we've embodied it in a capability that we call Decision Edge, which, if properly employed, will offer companies competitive edge. And Decision Edge is in some ways a philosophy and in some ways a process and a set of practices in terms of how to make strategic decisions, how to frame the strategic problem, how to create that expansive, creative set of executable alternatives, how to evaluate those with proper consideration to complexity and uncertainty, as you mentioned, and to do it quickly, given that the need to not be slowed down in a fast-moving world, and then finally how to plan realistically for the chosen alternative.
So Wayne, what is Decision Edge?
Decision Edge is a capability for making strategic decisions that should drive competitive edge or competitive advantage. If I put it down in three short phrases, it's great ideas, evaluated carefully, acted on decisively.
When would you deploy this framework?
Well, I mean, the simple answer I would say is always, right? But how you deploy it differs from a very light touch to a very rigorous approach. I mean, one can literally deploy it in an afternoon in a workshopping style, or one can deploy it over multiple weeks, depending on the nature of the decision in terms of the scale, the complexity, the organizational considerations that need to be factored in as one navigates through the decision-making process.
Just help me understand this. Is this a tool? Is this technology dependent? Is this something that needs to be implemented, or is this a way of making decisions?
It's a way of making decisions. I mean, it does leverage tools, modeling tools, and depending on your method of alternative generation, there might be other tools as well. But it's first and foremost a way of making decisions.
How does this differ from scenario planning? Scenario planning has been around for ages, especially in South Africa.
Yes.
How does this differ from the classical scenario planning approach?
Scenario planning is one part of it. Design thinking, as we spoke, is another part of it. Probability modeling, decision trees, various other analytical techniques. These are all various parts of it. It's those parts stitched together in a structured fashion that take you from the trigger, the need to make a strategic decision, to the final decision, and the intelligent use of the various tools and techniques like scenario planning along the way. And I would say that this process from end to end is not in itself novel. It's always been needed. It hasn't been well used. And it's become even more important in today's world, given the complexity, the uncertainty, and the pace of change.
Fascinating conversation. We continue.
Thank you.